welcome back to Definitely Not Definitive. I'm Ken.
And I'm Bethany.
And we're just a couple of assassins in love that love reacting to some Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, he did it.
Yeah. And so we're checking out Assassin's Creed, the new game, the Shadows, official world premiere trailer. And we're going to learn about the assassins, Naoe and Yasuke. Hopefully I said their names somewhat correctly. If you want all of our Assassin's Creed reactions, we have a playlist down below in the description of this video. And then later today, we're going to continue our Ezio journey with Revelations, all the cutscenes. Yeah. And because it's Assassin's Creed.
We, of course, have our drink. This is the Hidden Blade.
Yeah. Official Assassin's Creed drink. Cheers.
That's what it's about.
All right. Ready?
So ready.
Yeah, you're already dead. You just don't know it yet.
Who are you?
Dude, what'd you do?
I am death.
Who do you serve?
Oh,
I've ever
cool.
known in my life.
nice.
Our land,
Good transition.
our customs, my family burns in the name of unification.
Nice.
Nice.
Ooh, she's got moves.
Yeah, she does. Oof.
Ow.
She's gonna need some weapons.
Yeah.
You are still a frog in a well who knows nothing of the sea. The ocean's filled with new ships, but they all come from the same river. Greed. Power. Vengeance.
Oh, yeah, the lift up. It's a beast of a dude.
Whoa.
Damn.
Damn, he's right.
And you, will you continue down that river? Or choose another path beyond what we see?
And we
Become friends?
must look for it together. We must learn to trust, rebuild.
You're a big dude.
And follow the blade.
Ah, sick. Nice, a double assassination. Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah.
welcome to my beat stick. Jesus.
Oh.
I said, who do you serve?
Serve the Brotherhood.
We are the shadows.
That served the light.
It's not gonna go your way, dude.
Yeah.
Cool gadget. It's like a new take on the...
Yeah, the Hidden Blade. Looks at the two of them, he's like, go for the one that's smaller, but still no chance.
Yeah.
With our dual protagonists, we have two fantasy, the samurai and the shinobi. We want the player to experience both, and we cannot squeeze both fantasy into one character because samurai and shinobi came from a different social class. They have different lives, so we cannot really mix them together.
The historical character of
respect for
Yasuke
the
presented
history
a
there.
really
Yeah.
exciting opportunity for the narrative team. We approached it in the same way that so much of the work is done in Assassin's Creed, which is really in terms of research and history first. Not a lot is known about him, but what we did know, or we do know, is that he arrived in Japan in 1579, right when our game starts. And that he had relationships with some of the most interesting people in our setting, like Oda Nobunaga, the Portuguese, and Jesuits, which made it very sort of tantalizing and enticing from a narrative perspective to come in and start weaving these facts with story in between.
The more we read about the character, the more he was inspiring for us. He's a foreigner discovering Japan, and we thought it's the perfect fit because he's discovering Japan and you are discovering Japan also.
And on the flip side, we have Naue, who comes from the province of Iga, which is a remote mountainous area, fiercely independent, known as the birthplace of shinobi. So they're very contrasting perspectives that really expose a lot of different sides and facets of the era.
So do you have to play as both, or you just pick one, or do you like alternate?
Destroy Iga. You have Yasuke.
This is kinda like
and Oda
Spider-Man
that coming to
2 with
destroy the shinobi.
Pete
So
Miles.
It can kind of create this,
question.
this interesting tension between two characters.
We were able to connect her to the province of Iga and the legendary Igan shinobi historical figure, Fujibayashi Nagato, who's her father in the game. So we understand why she has the skills that she has and the values that she learns from her father in the people of Iga, which are valor, benevolence, and wisdom. And as a young person still at the start of the game, we get to see now we acquire even more of that wisdom as the story unfolds.
And if you ask anybody, it's super clear that samurai will be combat heavy and a shinobi will be stealth heavy. It creates this distinction right away. Yasuke can fight with all his advantage, his stature, like he's a big guy, he can break door, he can fight multiple enemies, he can break armor. Compared to Naue, like her character and their outfit, it's really about being stealth, being unseen. She's the only one with the hidden blade, so they have clear advantage that put them into the stealth and the combat, even if they can do a bit of both.
They're a really great pair together because on one side we have Naue, who's very intense and passionate and determined woman who is very set on her goals. She's kind of got her heart on her sleeve and she'll say what she feels in the heat of the moment. And this intensity that she brings as a shinobi, but that she also brings to her relationship. And this balances very well with Yasuke, who is sort of a thoughtful, level head to Naue's fiery passion. We really thought about somebody like Yasuke historically who was able to come to Japan and have the life that he did there, to enter service for Oda Nobunaga and achieve all of the things that he did. Like, what kind of person would go through all of this? So our Yasuke is very intelligent, thoughtful, and respectful of this culture that he encounters, and that makes him a very nice sort of counterpart to Naue. He's a bit mysterious as well, and that's something we get to see unfold as the game progresses.
So I think you probably have a favorite.
Naue is freaking awesome. I'm sad she's stealth. Sorry, I have ice cube in my mouth. So I'm chewing on that. So apologies. But I'm sad that she's stealth because, like, I suck at stealth.
We both do.
But everything else about her so resonated with me. Like, hothead, speaks her mind, you know.
Wears her heart on her sleeve. Yeah.
Yep. Bit fiery and intense. And I'm like, I freaking love her. But I suck at stealth. And therefore I'm sad.
But I mean, her combat moves, I mean, we didn't see the actual gameplay, but we just checking her out in this, like, she looks like super badass and fun.
I just
so
want her to be more button smashy.
she can be button smashy. You know, we'll build the character so that you can be fine with the button smashy. I mean, it's gonna be Assassin's Creed, so there's gonna be a little bit of stealth involved. There's gonna be murder bushes that we have to, you know.
Murder bush.
Yeah, our murder bush.
Actually, it looks like we have a whole murder forest by the trailer. So
true. And then Yasuke, that's it's based on a real life person, and so is this the first time though you get to play as like a real life character? Because all the other characters have been made up in other Assassin's Creed games. As far as I know, I don't know. Like, I mean, you know,
And encountered real people like George Washington.
Yeah, you encounter real people. Yeah, and like that's who the people you encounter are. So it was an interesting choice making it like someone that is actually has existed. But like I think probably because from what they said, not a lot is known about him. So they were able to, I guess, take more liberty with it. So it's like, okay, well, this is a character that we have that the people can actually play as because you don't have to follow necessarily their story because it's not as well known and there's not much known about him. So we can, like they said, they were going to intersperse some real life facts with like their actual story themselves. So I just thought it was an interesting take.
Oh, for sure. I deeply appreciated how they talked about the samurai and the shinobi and how, kind of following traditional Assassin's Creed, they tried to pull the parts that they like from the history and the culture and the location and put it into a single character that drives the story forward. And I really respect it. I was like, we could not do that here because these are just such vastly different entities, really, like the world of samurai and the world of shinobi. And I will admit, I am incredibly ignorant on pretty much all Asian history.
Me too.
So I don't know much about this world or this time. In fact, we watched the TV series Shogun, and that was really interesting because it was kind of a new set of eyes into a world that we were so unfamiliar with. Like, I didn't even know the Portuguese were in Japan at this time. My question is, are shinobi like an early version of ninjas? Because that was the vibe that I got from her moves, the stealth. It looked like she threw ninja stars. And so that's the connection that my mind made. But I also am like, is that just sort of a bastardization of pieces of information in my brain that I'm putting together that have no business being together, but I'm doing it because I'm just so ignorant. And I honestly don't know.
Yeah, that's a good question. I'd be curious to see how the actual gameplay works and like how you go between these two characters. Like if you are forced kind of like in a similar sense to, like I said, Spider-Man 2, where you like are switching back and forth between these two characters throughout the entire story, or if like you can kind of pick one story to kind of play through. And maybe like that might give it the game some replayability, like extra replayability by being able to say, okay, once you go through Naoe, and then the time you go through like Yasuke. So I'd be interested to see how they're going to handle that.
Yeah, that's a good question. And as a gamer, I don't know what I want. I mean, part of me is like, I want to play through just as Naoe and like dive into her story and be fully immersed. But the other part of me is like, but if it was almost entirely stealth, I think it would be nice to break it up with some of the Yasuke stuff in there so that you can have those like just smash and grab kind of missions. Because definitely that's the impression that he gives, especially when that clip comes and he's smashing through the door and he's got like this giant beat stick, which I'm sure has a much better name. And I'm just, again, ignorant of it. But like that was such an entrance. And truly, they did a good job because it's such a different tone from Naoe.
Let us know what you thought about this down below in the comments. And if you want all of our Assassin's Creed reactions, check out the description of this video for a playlist. And also later today, we're going to have our Assassin's Creed Revelations all cutscenes come out as we continue our Ezio journey.
Yeah!
Thanks so much for checking out our reaction for Assassin's Creed Shadows, but just keep in mind
that our reaction is definitely not definitive.